Oh, that's some good coffee. Even at night, sometimes coffee's good. It hits the spot just right. Um, it's a great day today. I'm going to wait a little bit for the stream to catch up, and then we're going to get right on with it. Reset my timer here, so we got 45 minutes, so don't worry about that. We're going to be here for 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to be talking about shell scripting in Vim. And I know that doesn't make any sense. Like, well, yeah, you can write shell scripts with Vim, but why? We're talking about Vim script last time, and now we're talking about shell scripts. What's up? And the reason we're going to talk about this in this way is because we're going to follow the UNIX philosophy, and I'm going to talk to you about how the UNIX philosophy applies. I've already covered this in Vim a little bit before, but now that we're getting into configuration, I want to revisit it. I want to go through it for a full hour, just demonstrating. We're going to actually do a couple of these things. We're going to write a few filter scripts so you can see what I'm talking about and you can realize the power of it. I've made several other videos on VI Magic, whatever you want to call it, and you can go watch those too if you want. But this is, I can't overemphasize this because nobody is talking about this. Nobody's talking about this. I've gone through all of the YouTube videos. I cannot find a single YouTube video, if you can find one, please let me know, that actually talks about using Vim filters from within Vim, using shell scripts for all of your extensibility, all your extensions, and everything you might want to do there, okay? And so I feel like this needs an unusually large amount of attention from RWX Rob stream here because it's so important. I just need a confirmation that we actually have people on Twitch that are watching. Is anybody out there? It says it's broadcasting to Twitch just fine. I just reset my streams. I just want to make sure that it's hitting that stream over there. It does say I'm live. Let me just check and see if it's live. Just really quickly, please. Just give me a second here. If you are in Twitch and you just want to make some noise, that would make me understand that it's actually getting there. Otherwise, I'm just going to go check my channel real quick and actually watch myself for a bit. See if it's working. Yeah, it looks like I'm there. Yeah, there's three lone people there watching. They're like, I don't know if I need to see this. So it's been a while since we did the last boost. We went over July 4th weekend, and so now we're back. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and go. I think more people are realizing that they can watch the YouTube video and they can fast forward it, and a bunch of reasons to do that instead. If that's you, that's fine. All right, I'm just going to go for it then. So back to Dashboard Creator. I'm going to not be looking at comments for a while, and then we'll come back. Yep, there we go. We got some comments. Thank you, people. All right, thanks a lot. So first of all, what do we mean by that? So what do you mean? What is the UNIX philosophy? I've covered this before. I'm going to cover it again. The Linux philosophy is do one thing well and integrate well with other things. That's the Unix philosophy. And the second part gets left off with the Unix philosophy all the time. The Unix philosophy is what made Linux the most dominant operating system on the planet, hands down. Because it allows us to write one script that's in charge of one specific thing, one transformation, one whatever. And then we can combine those scripts together in different ways. And you've seen that when we did the shell scripting, and it just makes it very powerful. So what is the Unix philosophy? And let's put this here. And what does it have to do with Vim? All right, so more specifically VI, to tell you the truth. So VI is a text editor that is not meant to be extended much because it's meant to be integrated into the shell. That means you use it with the shell. So what do I mean? So let's say I'm just going to give you an idea of that. So I'm going to show you examples of shell integration. I mean, you guys have seen me do this so many times at this point, but I got to do it again. So if I want to put a line here, so I hit bang bang, 2 exclamation points, and I type H title, and it just puts a line there, and I can put whatever I want in there. If I want to have a header, right? I hit bang bang H now. That gives me a header with a timestamp. Okay. If I want a calendar in here, I do bang bang cal, and I get a calendar. There's my calendar, right? If I want, I don't know, I mean, God, I could even put Figlet stuff in here. I haven't tried it. Let's try it. Figlet, so I can put, whatever, right? In fact, if we do it like that, we could actually probably put some stuff in here, and there we go. You got some of that in there, right? I haven't left VI. And yet I'm still using VI the way God intended, the way, the Unix intended. And so all these extra little things that I did, let's actually add a fortune, shall we? Let's do that. Let's add a fortune. So we're going to let's add a cow say. How about that? So cow say something. We need a fortune. So we can say this. Actually, watch. You can even write the code here. So let's do fortune, pipe that to cow say. Does that even work? Let's try it and see if it works. Cow say. So I can actually write shilka right here. Bang, bang. Send it to bash. And I get the output of the command right here. So at any time during my editing session, I can write anything that will execute on my shell. Anything. That means I could write a C code, I could write Python, I could write Lisp, I could write, Ruby, Rust, even whatever you want. It will produce that value, and then you can just dump it into your text anytime by integrating it from the shell. And all you have to do is hit just 2 exclamation points if you want to replace that. If you want to replace the whole line, you can do that. And I showed you last time. So let's say I want to convert this entire outline into pandoc. We already showed you this, right? So I'm going to pass this entire paragraph. This is an interesting one that only works in Vim. But I'm going to do exclamation point, and then I'm going to do inner paragraph or outer paragraph, AP. So that says, and you'll see what it does down below. It gives you the X markdowns. And then I can say I want to send it to pandoc. And then it sends it all to markdown and converts it. Well, let's say I want to change it into text. So I'm in the middle. So exclamation point, AP, and then I can send it to TXT. Okay. Let's say I want to send it to text, convert it, and stick it on my clipboard, which I've done before, but I'm going to do it again. So exclamation point, AP, and then I've sent it to text. This is down here below. This is, because of the exclamation point down there, this is a Unix pipeline, UNIX Philosophy again. Text, X chat. Now it took out the whole thing. We'll put it back, right? Let's see if it works. So you go to temp foo, you paste there, and I should be able to middle click. Nope, wrong thing. Maybe I didn't convert it right. Let's try again. So exclamation point, AP, TXT to X chat. 20 lines filtered. What happened to my X chat command? Well, XChat's not working, but you get the point. I mean, XChat allows you to just paste it. But so I can go through and make those transformations and cut and paste and just undo and all that kind of stuff. So those are some really quick examples of shell integration. So what I want to show you is, we have, many minutes do we have? Let's do Pomo, let's do duration. I think I've already been talking, so let's do 40 M. That's going to update my Pomo down here and know how much time we have left. I can even run a Pomo timer in here. So you want to see what the current timestamp for Pomo is? Pomo. Now I get my thing. You want to make a library of emojis? You can make an entire library for emojis and then just say, you can even have it transform whatever you have here and say, I want to replace all the lines that have : smile with an emoji for smile. You can do all of that. It's all possible. In fact, that one's really easy. Maybe we should just do that one, right? So let's do that. Let's write an emoji converter. Okay. So just something simple. Let's code an emoji replacement. Emoji replacement filter. Something simple, right? And because, by the way, Vim is UTF-8, you don't need to do the textual things like Lisp and other things have done, or Emacs. You can go ahead and just set it up here and just do your thing. So let's do that. We're going to start a new thing. Let's go into our scripts directory and let's write a quick little emoji converter. So I actually think I already have one, but I'm going to see if I can find out. Emoji, where is it? I don't think I have one in here. I don't. Do you see it? Emoji? No, I don't. All right. So let's call it, I don't know. Let's make touch to emoji. How about that? That's fine, right? You can actually put all of these in a separate space if you want to, so that they are all together. All your filters are together, so they don't get too unwieldy. and then let's schmod it. Schmox is schmod plus x to emoji. Right, and we can make our own little conversion thing. Now, again, let's do this in Bash. I've been doing POSIX before, but I'm back to Bash because it's just so much easier to code. So, by the way, I haven't been emphasizing Bash in this boost a lot. I said go ahead and learn it since you want to learn POSIX. I've actually stopped using Perl again and gone back to Bash because there's less cognitive overhead and it's always available at my fingertips over in depth. So let's actually make an emoji. Let's put some emojis in here. You can go to Emojipedia. Let's try that. Let's go to Emojipedia. I'm going to do this graphically, of course. You don't have to. Emojipedia is actually, you know what's crazy? Let me show you. This is crazy. Yeah, Emojipedia. So Emojipedia is actually, yeah, see? You can see all the emojis because you got a terminal to support. Let's do smileys. How about that? Smileys. Let's say smiley, just a basic smiley. And I'm not going to use the official escape, so forget that right now. So let's do a bear. What else can we do here? We can do a burger. An idea. How about that? We're not going to do any of the controversial ones. You can do the tomato. We'll take the tomato. We got that one out there, right? So just to give you a sense of what you can do with this, the link to the FAQ is broken. Did the GitHub FAQ? I don't know if it is. But yeah. So, all right. So we have all these things here now. What are we going to do with these, right? So we need to like sort of make a table for this. So you're actually going to learn a little bit of Bash here that I haven't taught you before. We're going to do an associative array, which is only in Bash 4 and above. All right. So these are called maps in other languages, right? And in order to do them, you got to declare them. So let's actually make it into a function like we're supposed to do, right? So we can always use our function. Let's call it toemoji, and we'll make it a quick little thing here, and we'll say toemoji. We'll call it right away, and we'll pass it all of our arguments as they would have been passed. That's how you do that. We've already talked about that. That's what's going on. I don't do anything on rdbx.live anymore, so I should go take that site down. Yeah, just go to the GitHub. The GitHub is the main page to go to. Yep. So toemoji. Okay. Well, let's first of all do a declare. Now I guess we could declare this as a global. We don't really need it to be a global, but yeah, let's do that. So declare. You could probably even put all of these emojis inside of your. You could declare this associative array in your bash receipt even if you wanted. So we're going to do declare. So we have to declare up here capital A. That means and we're going to say emojis. I'll just say emoji as in like database stuff, right? Equals, and then what? Then we have the array syntax, and I might have to go look it up because I don't do these very much. I haven't done them a lot. So this will be good because you guys need to do this too. So man bash associative arrays, which is another word for associative arrays, another word for maps or hash maps or all kinds of stuff. So you have lowercase or like this, right? To explicitly declare an indexed array. So indexed is like, that's not an associative array. Associative arrays are created by declare -a name. Attributes may be specified for an array variable using declare and read-only built-ins. Each attribute applies. Read-only is for constants, by the way. Each attribute applies to all members of a read array. We could actually do a read-only. We could do read-only here. I just use declare for everything, but I mean, yeah, we can do declare because if it wanted to dynamically add more to it or something, I don't know. So here we go. So we have name equals value and the value n, where each value is of the form subscript equals string. Okay, so let's get an example of one of these. Integer array may be assigned using the other syntax, which is above. Yeah, we can also do that. Let's do this. Let's just declare it, and then we'll like do all of our settings for it, right? So we can say emoji smile, right, equals the smiley face. And I know this is, you want to learn about Vim, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. You can learn to script and be good, but you know what I mean. If you spend all this time learning Vim script or Lua or eLisp, it's a waste of time. You know, it's better for you to learn Bash. We talked about that before. I'm going to keep harping on that, but I can't help it. Let's change this one to bear. Actually, watch. I'm going to write some code to write some code. You ready? All right. So what do we got here? For I in bear hamburger, light bulb, Pomo. All right, do echo, echo emoji, well, emoji, bing bang, and then the I, oops, and then equals, right? And we'll put something at the end of it. Done. So that's bash code inside bash code, right? Bang bang bash, boom. I just wrote code that I didn't have to write. And people complain about not having all this fancy functionality in their IDE like VS Code provides. I'm gonna take exception with that, because you can do things in Vim that you cannot do in VS Code under any circumstance. Not to mention, you can do it flexibly. So the thing that frustrates me with ID is VS Code got so bloated because I kept adding all these little plugins and stuff. You know, one thing you cannot do with VS Code is dynamically decide that you want to write in any scripting language. I could have done what I just done in Node. I could have done it in Python. I could have done it in Dino. I could have done it in eLisp. I could have done it in TCL. But because this uses UNIX philosophy, I could have written code to generate whatever it is I'm writing, code, markdown, whatever, inside of the code, pass it in and pass it out. That is not possible in VS Code. It's possible in Emacs to an extent, but people don't do that because there's a big fat IDE and they don't understand the power of Vim. So I do this all the time. You watch me on the stream. I'm going to rant about it forever because people keep discounting this because they don't know it. And it just frustrates me, right? So obviously now I need to go get, where's my bear? Did I delete my bear? All right, here's my bear. Calm down, Rob. Calm down, Rob. I probably could have done it with each of these too, right? I mean, this is... All right, so we're going to just join those up. And I don't even really need a quote there or anything. I'm confident with this because we don't need quotes because this is Bash, right? And so we've got our little associative array going on. And so far, so good, right? So let's actually do a conversion. So then we can say this. So we can say for, what's your program in Siri? Method to navigating large code bases using Vim. The same way. I use all the shell tools. Yeah, I navigate the Linux code base all the time. Pandoc code base, Kubernetes code base. I regularly go through those entire code base using nothing but shell tools. Because I know how to find. I know how to use find. I know how to use grep. I know how to use, sed if I need to. I know how to do all of those things. In fact, I regularly will do a find and replace against an entire code base using nothing but command line Perl. A PIE, replace in place, and do a thing. Does it have knowledge of the syntax? No. But sometimes I don't want that. Usually when I'm doing a replacement, I want it to replace all of the content in the comments too, in my inline comments that are discussing that particular variable and stuff. And I can also do it in a confirmation way. So it asks me, do you want to confirm, change every single one? Yeah, show me them all and let's change them. And by the way, this is not possible in those big fancy coding IDs because they have no knowledge of the symbols that you're using. They think they make a big deal about being able to change the symbols because it's using, the actual language syntax to find everything in the proper place. But what about all the comments and commentary and the inline comments you've all put in the documentation? That's all needs to be renamed as well. I've never found an IDE that's actually so smart that it can internally interrogate the text of the code comments in order to change them appropriately as well. But I can do that with Perl in one line. And I've done it regularly, and I'll show you how to do it again. So, again, you keep investing, we keep investing our tools and our time in all these, tools, all things to all people, when instead of doing that, we should have used the UNIX philosophy, which means you use all the tiny itsy bitsy UNIX tools and you combine them, you get wicked good at all of those things, and you bring them together as needed in this like wizardly pot of magic that's able to do this kind of stuff. So, what about Command T and fuzzy finders? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is, but I'm telling you, people have been doing this for a long time. There are some advantages of IDEs in relatively large code bases. I'm not going to throw that out. If you're doing an Android mobile app development, I would do the entire thing in IntelliJ or whatever, right? Because I would do it that way. And honestly, it has been a much better way to learn. Yeah, so somebody's saying out there in the chat that they started to learn Go without IntelliSense, and it forces them to look up stuff up. A lot of the pain points in looking this stuff up is because people want an IDE that's going to do looking up to remove the pain of that. Well, I've removed the pain of that by doing tech terminal-based searches, which I'll show you to do later. But I want to get through tonight. We only have 27 more minutes. I seem to rant about this every week, and I want to help you see this. But since we're going through Vim configuration, I really want to hit this part hard. So we created an associative array in Bash. How many knew that you could actually do an associative array in Bash? Raise your hand. We have a little bit more people here. Does anybody actually know that you can do an associative array in Bash? I didn't know this until 2018. In 2018, I was looking around to see if it had caught up with Perl, if it could probably replace Perl, because, containers are a thing now and everything. And sure enough, they were there. They've been there the whole time. In fact, the only book that covers associative arrays on planet Earth and Bash that I've ever opened, Learning Bash doesn't cover it. All these other ones is the Linux command line in the back. It does cover associative arrays. Yeah, we're not going to talk about GitHub Copilot and why you should never, ever use it. Because you'll guarantee your code never gets used anywhere because it has a dirty legal pedigree. It's really cool. I think it's amazing what they're doing. I also think it's absolutely useless. But if you want to go down that route, that's fine. You do what you want. I mean, you guys are all free agents to do what you want, but I at least want to make sure that people understand these things are out there. Okay. So toemoji. So what are we going to do? First of all, we're going to loop through all the items in our associative array. All right. So I might have to look this up. I don't remember the syntax for this, but if I remember right, we're going to do for key, let's say K, for K in emoji. And I think we have to do the exclamation point. Yeah. I have to look this up every time. I don't do associative arrays very much. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do it. Done. All right, so echo K. Let's just do this test here. We can keep it on the screen, I guess, since we're here. So let's do, where am I? What do I call it? toemoji. Let's just run it. So there we go. There we did. That did it. So we're saying 4K in, and this little this exclamation point says, I want the keys, not the values. Normally, if I do this, if I take that out, by the way, so I know this is supposed to be Vim. Are also only a few years. Yeah, they're pretty new. They really are. That's why I like them so much. Yeah, dictionaries for all the things. No kidding. I am way on board with that statement. So if you take the exclamation point out, well, I shouldn't need to exit. I'm trying to. So then we just do toemoji. Now we got the emoji values, right? So by doing this, we can do this, right? So now we have all the names. So I know it's not like really wicked fast, but so toemoji. Let's assume that we're going to have the text to change. We're not going to do one line at a time. I mean, we could do one line at a time. What if we did that? What if we just read from stud in? We can do that thing where you either send standard input or you just do it from the arguments. Let's assume standard input though. Okay. So for each line of standard input, now the only way this won't work is if it's across line boundaries, which we're not going to mess with right now. So we're going to say while read -r, so we get it escapes. We're going to treat escapes and ignore them. We're going to read from line do and done. And this will automatically read from standard input, which is fine because you want to read from standard input when you're doing a Vim filter, right? so we're going to do this. So for each line, we are going to replace any of those things, right? And you can do this with Perl, you can do this with sed, you can do any of those things. But this was really great. So we can actually have, I actually think this is going to be interesting. Okay, so we can actually do this. We could say, yeah, we're gonna do this a fun way. This can be done with parameter expansion. So we can do it like this. We can do line, and we can say I want to replace anything that says :k, right, with the emoji. So, and then we'll do the value of the emoji for that item. And I think that's it. Now that'll do it in every place it occurs. So if you want to do more than one, right? And I'm missing something here. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, one more of these. All right, so let's try it. So that's going to wait, right? So let's say echo some smile. Did I say smile or smiley? I can't remember. Here and pomo there to emoji. Damn. It didn't work. Oh wait, we forgot to print the line. Whoopsie. So let's print it. Echo line. Why? Because it's been all changed up, right? So we're gonna do this. Let's see what we have here. Yay! I have emojis. I made my own emoji filter. In how many minutes? 5 minutes? I mean, if you spent time searching for whatever plugin you want for your thing to do it, you could have just written a shell script in 10 minutes to do the same thing. And now you can build on it because it's yours and you can share it with other people. That's the UNIX way. That, what I just did, is the UNIX way. I can convert an entire text, storage. Thanks for the sub. Besides that was enough of an impression to sub for that, huh? Okay. Magic trick. So here's what's so cool about this versus some stupid Lua plugin. I can apply that transformation to any text anywhere. If I want to read text from some microservice someplace and I want to transform the emojis in it, I've already written the code. I don't have to be in my editor to do it. I don't have to wait and fire up VS Code and get the right plugin and change it and everything. I just use the UNIX philosophy and I send the code through the filter as God intended. Who's God's Ken Thompson, by the way. So this now becomes, I know this is a Vim day, but this is why this is in the Vim day. Because now, in this few little minutes that I wrote this cool little thing, I can come back and I can actually apply this immediately. I can apply this immediately. Say, you know what? Say, I really love bear and pomo emojis, right? You know what I'm going to do, right? What am I going to do? I'm going to use the magic wand. I was told not to use that word because it's sexual. I don't know why people call it sexual. If it is, fine. I'm going to use it anyway because maybe it's appropriate. Because this gives me great pleasure. Bang, bang. To emoji. I have my emojis. Huzzah. And I'm actually going to use this thing. I was trying to figure out a way for me to transform my content so that it could have emojis in it. Now I have it. Now, you want to see something even cooler than that? You want to see something even cooler than that? What if, using the UNIX philosophy, what if we want to have, anytime this file is saved, if we want to replace all those emojis automatically without doing anything? Here's where your Vim config comes in. Remember that Vim config we looked at, right? That's what today is about. It's about Vim config, right? Well, here's where it comes into Vim config. And this is Yeah, you've already got it. Cordimer's already got it. He's already guessed. So now what we do? We take this out and we go to here and we do vimrc, and we're let me find my Perl line because I have a vim preleave already set up for this. We set up a vim preleave command for an auto command, which we already talked about, but again, we're not going into depth into vim. You just need to know enough of it. Vim preleave, and we say any file that ends in, frankly, anything. I don't think I should probably do that. That might be dangerous. Let's stick with Markdown for now. Okay, so Markdown. So I send it. I say I want to send toemoji, and it'll add up. It'll do it in order with the other ones too. So and we get rid of this. And this, by the way, this that's a comment. So let's see, replace emojis with actual or something. And this here means the whole file. And I don't know. Let's see how it works. You think it's going to work? Should we try it? Let's go down here. We're going to save our file and open it up and go back. Damn, it didn't work. What's wrong? I don't know. Let's go look at our messages. Messages. Did I get any errors? Messages. Maintainer Brandmoller. Something's not right here, people, but we're on the hunt. We're gonna get it. Is it because it's not named -md? Is it? Oh, you know what it is? It's because this is taking the name of the file, so we have to change it. So okay, so that's fine. All right, this is cool. Actually, you should probably do this anyway. So you should, when you make a command like this, the standard Unix way is to check to see if there's an argument. And if there's an argument, do something with that. And if there's not an argument, accept from standard input as a filter. And some people will say if the argument is a dash, then go look at standard input. There's lots of ways to combine standard input and arguments, and they are at the core of the Unix philosophy. They are at the core of the Unix philosophy. If you are not understanding this whole filtering kind of one-liner sort of thing, then you're just not getting it. You're not getting it. So this is actually what this is doing, is it's passing the name of the file to the program. The program's like, I don't know what to do. So it just replaces it. It doesn't actually do anything to it. All right. So and I imagine that's what's happening. Yeah. So let's see if we can fix that in the 15 minutes we have left. So what would we need to change here? Let's say got our little thing here. So I'm going to try to keep it still inside of that function. And we're going to say if there is a file, right? So local file equals $1. Just one. We don't. Yeah, I found out you don't have to comment those out, even though Google guidelines call for it. I mean, quote it. Let's do it anyway. It'll just make us feel safer. I don't even think that's needed, but whatever. Bash is way safer than POSIX in many ways, but you expect it because it's Bash. Z shell is not. Z shell is safer, but you don't expect it to be safer. Then you write bad POSIX code. We talked about that earlier today. Anyway, so we got a file here. Now, what do I do with the file, right? Well, if I have a file, then I wonder. What we actually need is this thing down here is what's going to be giving us the stuff, right? So I don't know what I would put here unless it's a file. We could be a little bit organized about this if we wanted to. Let's do this. Let's break it up. So I'm going to paste, oopsie. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to say, let's keep this as toemoji. How about that? And then we'll get this read line stuff and put it down here. And we'll put this line stuff down here. And then we'll just kind of factor it out, you know what I mean? And so that's just going to do one line at a time, right? Well, Now this is interesting because then if we have an argument, we could get really crazy. If we have an argument and well, I don't know. What do you think? We can do for line in a file. I know we could do, but the thing of it is, there's lots of ways to do this. but I'm thinking maybe we should factor this out. Maybe not. I don't know. There's like no less than 3 ways to do this. I don't want to have to do a different if here though. You know what I'm saying? How do you pass standard in? That's the real question. So how do you represent standard input as a file? I don't think you can. Like if you were doing this in Go or something, you would pass like os.stdin as the file handle, and then it would work. And I don't know how to do it. There's some kind of trick here to do this. If we don't do it that way, then we actually have to do all of this code twice. So let's do the, I'm prematurely optimizing, which is a bad thing. So let's try it. So if we have a file, right? We're going to say, so if we have a file, then we just do this. We open up from the file. Done. Okay. That's it. You just open the file and that will do it. So that's enough to get us what we want for our bear. Where's our bear? Where's my bear? Okay, so wait, I think I have this open already. I don't know. Where is it? Oh boy. I'm kind of all over the place here as usual. And you know what? I think it does. Sub from YouTube wins the game. Dev stud in. Oh. You are a pro, my friend, to remember that, to know about that. That is absolutely right, because everything's a file. Even more power to the UNIX philosophy. Everything's a file. Every single device, you know, if you connect your iPod to do people use those anymore? To your computer, it's a device. You can talk to it with a device through file system in the UNIX philosophy. So I bet you that's it. Let's try it. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a save. Thank you so much for that sub. That's gonna, is it sab? Can't read it. All right, here we go. So now save it. Did it do it? No, damn it. I don't know why. She swallowed the fly. Perhaps that. We're gonna figure it out. We will figure it out. We shall overcome. How's it going, Boom? So here we go. So let's do, all right. I'm gonna bail. Return echo file. I just gotta make sure we're actually getting the file here. At least it didn't blow away the file, which is what it would do if it weren't doing that. RPG game in Python. That's awesome. And not on topic, but super awesome. All right, so echo file. And I don't know. We're missing something. It's okay. You just happen to come during beginner boost. That's cool though. You should make stuff in whatever language you want. I'm not a fan of Pygame myself. If you're doing RPG though, you should definitely use there's that Python tool that all the RPG stuff's made in. RenPy. All the RPGs are made in RenPy. Yeah, those kind of RPGs. Guys, what's going on? This is defeating me. I know we can do this. I can't remember how to get the file. This is working. All of it's working. Is it not because it's not a full file? Oh, wait. I think it hands. You know what? Let's try something else. Try something else. Give me 1 second here. I am going to do something just to make sure that's actually working. All right. So we're going to say line there. All right. Now I have to make sure to undo this. Otherwise we're going to ruin my file. Yeah. This, and then we'll send that to emoji. So that did it. You see that did? I wonder if it's my vmrc is not doing it right. If I save this, it's going to have a line at the beginning. I'm going to have to delete them all. Yeah. No. All right. So that means that it's definitely not passing all the lines. I'm not following something here. I'm going to go look for my vmrc. So this is the syntax of my vmrc is wrong somehow, and I don't know why. Go fmt-w. toemoji -md. I don't even feel like it's doing it. It doesn't feel like it's doing it, guys. But this is definitely how to do it. Okay, so there it says, yeah, this is exactly the same thing. What's different, people? Do you see anything different? It isn't MD. We're doing toemoji. We're doing this. And it's telling it what kind of transformation to make, which I don't need to do in this case because it's already there. I'm missing something. I'm missing something like really simple, and I don't know what it is. Oh, because we're reading arguments. Could that be it? While read -r line file. No, this should be doing it. We might not be able to make it. I am going to try. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to persevere. I know you got the dev stud-in thing. Should we try that though? But here's the thing. This should already be reading from stud-in. So this one should already be reading from stud-in. That's what I don't understand. So yeah, that one already is. I mean, we know this works because it's already transforming the file when we do it like line at a time, right? Bang, bang, toemoji, and that might just have to be enough for now. But I want it to pass the whole file, and we know that it does if I do the whole file. So watch, if I do this and bang, I can do toemoji, and now I'll do the whole file. And go to the bottom, and there's that. Done. I did the whole file, right? It sends you back to the top, which I don't like. So both of those are working. I am having a problem with the vimrc. So I don't know what to do there. Yep, we'll have to go figure that one out. Let's see. If you guys can figure it out, let me know. This is what makes it fun, because now you guys can solve the problem with me. This is not pandoc. No, there's no pandoc here. Oh, you think pandoc might be getting in the way? There's no pandoc translation right now. This one might be hijacking it, but it's supposed to be on top of it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I don't know if it's hijacking the MD. That's possible. That would be new information to me if that's true. So let's try that. So if I do this and I save it, yeah, it's not doing it. So that wasn't it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super baffled by that. It says vim preleave run toemoji. Let's try this. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, let's try this. Let's try colon exclamation point toemoji. What is it? This? No, this. That's not it. That is not it. I don't know. I don't know what the vim preleave does. It does it for these other ones. It's like a fresh purging. Why isn't it doing it? It's got to be what we're doing with the read. It's got to be something to do with the read, because I think it might be because it's passing it as an argument. That's what I think is happening. I think it is. You know what I think it's doing? I think it is passing. I think this thing here is each of the lines. It's either each of the lines. You know what? Let's go look it up. What actually is that thing anyway? Okay, so I mean, how can we get that answer the fastest? Let's do a quick Google search. So vim preleave transformation. No. Vim transformation, transform syntax, no. No. Motion. Nobody knows how to do this, so that's going to be a problem. They don't. Here we go. Automatic formatting. I know Vim, the Go for FMT works. That one I know. The file not set was stud in with the parameters exp. It doesn't read the file. You think it passes it the whole? Does it pass it one line at a time, or does it pass the whole buffer? Plask is. What do you think? You think it's the current buffer? So that means it passes it in the entire file as a single buffer. Holy shit! No wonder it takes so long. Well, let's test that theory, shall we? So if that's true, then it's not doing any transformation. It just sends it right back to its thing. All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna test that hypothesis right now. If that's true. All right. So. Wait, I got too many Vims open. Bad me. This is my fate. Okay, so let's say this. Let's say if there is a buffer, so we'll say buff equals 1. So if buff is a thing, we're gonna read from buff. Otherwise, we're gonna read from stud in. Yeah. Yes. So we'll do this. We'll say local in file colon stud in. We'd have to do dev stud in to do that. Yeah, I don't think it's file name. We tried that. I don't think it is. I thought for sure it was file name. I think it might actually be the buffer. So let's try it. Actually, no. If we should be able to print it, right? So let's do this. Echo buff. I love it when this is my favorite type of stream. When we're just we found something cool and we just kind of run it down together. I would much rather do this. This is actually how I did Skill Stack for all those years. We would find things while we were going over the material, and we would just run down these rabbit holes. It was really fun. I really appreciate that. I wish more classes, more schools and stuff did that way. Anyway, so I am going to do a transformation here and see. Actually, I don't want to test it on this. So we're going to do it on something else. So let's do it on this. Foo. Here is something to Pomo. And now when we look at it, we didn't get anything, did we? We didn't even get a message or anything. It just did it. It didn't do any transformation. It didn't. All right, so you know what it did? It's the BMD file. You think? Oh. Okay. Stop being right. You're absolutely right. And now I have to open it. You know what I need to do? Ooh. I could do it on, I could do it on save too. I could do it on save. And we could just like see it happening. How do we do save? Let's like figure that out. We're almost done. Dang it. We have 5 minutes. We should do a save. I want to do it on save. Yeah. So like anytime you save it, it automatically like converts it. That'd be cool. Then you can like just write them and see them transform right before your eyes. That would be so cool. Oh, we have to do that right now. I don't care if this has to go over. It takes you down the rabbit hole all the time. Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right. So I am like obsessed now. Sorry. So I'm not leaving this out because I actually don't want to use a pre-leave. I want to use a write, an on write, because then you can see it happen in real time. So I don't know what that event name is. I got to look it up. So how do we do that? Help events. I don't think those are the ones. Vim pre-leave isn't in here, is it? Vim. I'm just going to do a search. I'm going to bail. I'm going to go to the internet. I'm going to do the internet search. Vim event for write. I think it's actually just write. Vim AutoCAD for write all buffers. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. What is it? WA possible buffer write post. That can't be it. Seriously? Sidecar silent home sugar buff. We check to see if colon. I guess that's only if you're writing files in that directory. Oh, I don't think I've ever used that before. I learned something else today. Look at this. You can actually define. Oh my God, that's so useful. You realize you could do that, and you could like have all the files in one directory all have certain things apply to them just because they're in this right place. Holy cow. Holy cow. I did not know that. I did not know you could do that. I thought it's just the only possibility. I did not know you could fully qualify stuff. God bless Stack Exchange. So, that is super cool. So that means buff right post. I know you don't have to make it uppercase, but I'm going to do it anyway. And just to make sure that it's actually working, I'm just going to echo a message for now. I'm going to use my error message. I already know how to do that. I got to go look here. Where is it? Error, echo error is what I want to hear. I just got to make sure my event is actually working. Okay. So where did it go? Oh, right. Buff new write file. Look at that. That's buff new file. Yeah. Auto command pre-leave. All right, here we go. So, damn it. Rob. Okay. And then we'll do any of those thingies. We want to do this. Now, see, I don't know if you need. I don't think we need that. I think we can just use this. We can say, let's say, I am here. I mean, because you can put anything in there. It doesn't have to be right. I don't even think you actually need that part of it. We're gonna try. So what's in 4 over here? Oh, right. I got too much stuff. Temp foo.md. Detected while processing buff write auto commands for MD undefined variable CR. Well, fine. Sue me. Why does it think it's variable though? I don't know. I'm trying to do things. I'm trying to do things out of my league. I never said I knew Vim script. It just, yeah. Let's try this. So, I don't know. One more try. All right. So we're gonna do this. I actually have a thing to reload it, but I'm not gonna do that. Error detected while processing for auto commands for blah. I am here. How about this? I'm just learning through failure. I'm damn. Someone please show me how to do an auto buff. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read. All right, here we go. Silent. Yeah, silent. Oh, what's this? What is this here? If we check the right command. Silent home base sugar shell. Colon P. What is that about? To help. Let's see. This checks to see if we're actually within a Go's directory. Okay. Account is get line command. I don't want to know that. Nope. Don't need that. Exit blah. That's like a whole function. There's no way to determine files we saved. No, I don't need that. Auto command. This is like the actual docs. Removing, defining auto commands. All right, let's see. Event and then the pattern. So add a command to the list of commands that Vim will execute automatically on event for file matching pattern. Okay, we got that. Auto command pattern. Vim always adds the CMD after existing auto commands so that the auto commands execute in the order in which they were given. Okay, so we have that blah blah and then this. What is this? Oh, that's the actual things it's typing. Note that the special characters C word in the auto command argument are not expanded when the auto command is defined. These will be expanded when the event is recognized and the CMD is executed. The only exception is that S-file is expanded when the auto command is defined. Interesting. Example. So the only example is that S-file is expanded when the auto command is defined. So that's actually earlier on. Here Vim expands this file to the name of the file containing this line. When your vimrc file is sourced twice, the auto commands will appear twice. Aha. To avoid this, put this in the command remove all auto commands. Oh, look at that. Man, I got to read this whole thing. I'm going to do it. I don't need to, but I'm going to. If you want to remove all the auto commands, we don't need that. Yeah, it might be easier in something else. I get it. But I don't even need all this. I really don't. I mean, honestly, let's go back to, I will figure this out tonight. I promise. But the point I'm trying to make is you don't even need auto commands. The reason I haven't learned them is because they work in VI. Everything I just did works in VI. It doesn't even have to have Vim, right? So in which case, I can go back to my thing here. I'm just going to try to, take some victory laps here. This works. Bang, bang. Toemoji, which I could put on a thing. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Famous last words. What have I done? I broke it. I definitely broke it. Quit. I did. I knowingly broke it somehow. It's so hard to do these streams because I'm like all over the place. All right, so I broke toemoji. I'm gonna fix it. So yeah, we totally screwed the pooch there because I put the return in there. All right, here we go. So work save. I know. All right, so now we're just gonna do what toemoji, and actually, you see that it file completes. Boom. Now why didn't that do? Oh, because this isn't a thing. That's why. Well, that's good to know. That was like a little test. Here is spare thing to Pomo. Toemoji. Tab. The end. And you can put all kinds of things in there. That's the main thing I was trying to tell you. Now, I can't get it on. This is fair because VimScript sucks. It's not the easiest language to understand. It just works everywhere. I probably could write this better in Lua. I'm just going to own that. I could probably write this easier in Lua if I knew Lua or Python or something like that. Doesn't matter because I can't take that with me everywhere. Right? I cannot take that. Vim is everywhere. VI is everywhere. And Vim is not even everywhere. This little technique that I just used works with BusyBox. VI. You have to do something special to do this. You can't use exactly the same magic commands. You have to do it. And even, by the way, even if VI didn't do it, I could go to the command line thing, use my script and pipe it through the script and be done with it. And you can't do that with the plugins that you're doing in Vim and everything else. And that's probably a good place to end. If you guys figure this out, let me know. Try iFile instead of CR. You want to try that? Okay, let me try it. You guys you're on track with me, right? So if you want to bail out and just, you're like done, that's the main point of this stream. I'm going to try to figure this out. I'm going to keep going, but so yeah, let's try that. We got our Vim script here. So yeah, let's do what we were doing before. So boom, toemoji, and you want to do a file. You want to try that? All right, let's try it. I mean, I'm willing to try anything. So if we have a 1, that means we have a file to read from, right? So if that's the case, let's do this. Let's read from buff. That should be the full path name, I'm guessing. And let's try that. So 5, save, error detected. I am here. Oh, that's the old one. That's because they haven't reloaded. Oh, it did it. It did it, but it didn't replace it. We're getting very close here. It replaced it, but it didn't do the replacement. Oh no. You know why? Wait. Let me make it a pre-leave. Yeah, I think that's why. I don't think it. I wonder. I wonder if I still have to put the other thing on there. Let's do Vim pre-leave. Damn. Error detected. Vim RC does the script right. Vim pre-leave. I did that. Oh, Vim leave pre. Sorry. Sorry about that. I typically do this thing. Oh, look at you go. That's super cool. That is super cool. Warning, changing your only file. What the hell am I doing? I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm a bad person. All right. Exit. No errors, but no replacement. You know why? Because it didn't pass the thing. It's passing it. It's just not replacing it. So yeah, I typically do simple things like auto command, buff right post, X resources, merge. X, yeah. Buff right post. I think it is buff right post. But I think it's because we're not reading. I don't know. I wonder, you know what it is? It's different arguments. I think buff right post actually gives it the file argument. I think that's what's going on. And I don't know enough about the events to know. So, because I bet you buff right post, because this worked. We had this one actually worked, but it didn't replace it when we did it, right? So that actually did the replacement, but it didn't replace it. See, look what it did. It called toemoji blah, and it put the thing there, but I don't know how to signal it to replace the buffer. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if, I don't know, buff right post. Actually, I think it might be buff right pre. I wonder if it's buff right pre. This is fun. I like this. This is experiment. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. It's not ugly. I mean, it's not pretty. Here's the thing. It's doing. We are so stinking close. I'm gonna go do another thing. I want to transform the. Well, that one we know works, but I want to do this better. Post. Buff right new file. No. Buff right post. Do we have any others in here? Oh, buff read post. Start at the last place you were editing. Normal end right buff right post. So VimRC. Oh, this is the one that updates your VimRC. If I remember right. Buff right post emoji. That's the only one. I don't do buff right post very much, so this will be fun. Buff right post example. But see, you're sending it. I wonder. It can't be this easy. If it's this easy, I'm going to be mad. I have a feeling this is how you do it. I don't know. I feel like that's all it takes. Nope. We're using the wrong event. We're using the wrong event. We're using something that doesn't convert, that doesn't transform the whole thing. Vim event to replace string on event. I already put that. Save. Let's see if we can get this. Prototype replace. No, God no. String replacing a VI. No. I mean, all of the format, we could probably look in some code that already does that. We could probably look for the stuff that pre-formats, you know what I'm saying? Like the Go FMD. But that's not fair because that uses an LSP or whatever, the Go Vim LSP. You think? I mean, why not? This is kind of a treasure hunt at this point. So, I actually think that is the buffer itself. I think if we do this, it's going to not do anything. I mean, don't be sad if it doesn't. Yeah. It's definitely passing it to it. I don't know. I'm gonna try this one more time. Oh, look at that! Look what that did. Did you see what it did? It put the file name. You're going developing. You can ask that question to Amy, and I'll answer it on Friday. Okay, Just Crash. I'm sorry. I know you're just here new, but we're doing some other stuff right now. Yeah, please come back on AMA 6 to 8 on Fridays, and they put the question in AMA and Discord so we can answer it for everybody. Yeah. All right. So there we go. We got two emoji. So this is clearly the file name because you see it. Did you see it? It wrote it out. So we're making progress. Look, watch. This is cool. This is good news. This is good news. This is good because look, it said it actually showed you the translation here, right? And it said it replaced that thing with the file name, which means that we just have to loop through the file name, and we are not doing that right now. So we could probably get away with the pre-leave. Vim buffer, while read line, read from the buffer and make the transformation, and then print it back out. So I have a feeling that this is actually going to work. Yep. I mean, that was the cool part, right? Now it's just all this other crap. Oh, I turned macro on, damn it. I don't know. First of all, we have the wrong event because that event is not doing a replacement. So oh, I don't need that. And so if we do pre-leave, the pre-leave should work. This is what works for my Perl stuff. This is what I don't like, or leave pre. This works, man. This is exactly the same as my Perl one that I know works. So I'm super baffled by this. It's actually sending an error. Did you see that? It's sending an error that you can't see. It's like really quickly sending an error. Watch. I'm going to save it, and it's going to send the error again. Watch. So you see that? There it is. No such event group. Is it leave free? Did I do it again? Leave free. MD toemoji. Toemoji. I wonder if it can't find toemoji if it's not in the path. Which toemoji? No, because it's been working all along. No, that's not it. There's definitely an error, but it's happening so fast you can't watch it. Watch. So like if I do this, wait, where are you? Yeah, if I do save, exit. Oh, it didn't do it that time. I'm gonna figure this out. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me, but I don't care. Exit. It's like just you know what? One last thing. Write pre. That's the one we did. Let me check before you write any file. I know it runs it, but the problem is, Cortimer, is it doesn't change the buffer. It runs it. We got that working. Watch. So it works totally fine, but it doesn't change the buffer. Buff write pre. And so it does it, but it doesn't change the buffer. So, right, see that? Uh-oh, now it's not doing it at all. Yeah. Oh, that was covered in the beginning part of the video. You can go back and watch the beginning video. So it reads everything from the lines here. Actually, we went back to reading from the line. So let's actually do this. We're going to make this the default to standard input. Dev stdin. This is shell right here. Shell and Vim script. Bash specifically. Dev.in. How about that, guys? All right. So we'll do this. Save. And you know what? Let me test my thing. So let's do this first. Toemoji. So this is why we did it as a shell script. That was the whole point of this video. Andrew says, reading auto command help. This seems to be file write post. And it states after writing part of the buffer to a file. Should we try that? Yeah. The problem is it doesn't seem to be overwriting it. That works. So that reads from stud in, right? If I do a file, it does the same thing. Right? Yeah. Well, we're gonna learn a bunch of stuff here. Boom. Make sure you go back and watch Beginner Boost Day 0 and keep going on with us and catch up. So, and there's a bunch of stuff to do, but so the transformation is working. I mean, this is why we did it as a shell script. And it's kind of a fun little script, right? And we wrote it in like what, 5-10 minutes. Again, the whole point of this script, let me give it to you, by the way. Here you guys can all have a coffee. All right. If you're in the studio audience, a script for you, a toemoji script for you, a free script for you. You know, and it's going to be in my scripts directory as well. Don't worry. So in my .dot files. The point is that this isn't no stinking plugin. I'm going to keep making that because sounds like we got new people here. The whole point of this is we didn't have, no stinking plugins are required. I can just use UNIX Philosophy, which is a filter. And as you can see, I can run the filter straight from the command line, right? Or I can integrate it into Vim, which is what we've been doing all night, trying to get it to work in Vim. Now, I already got it to work in Vim, to be fair. To be absolutely fair, I got it to work in Vim already. So watch, bang, bang, toemoji, just to remind everybody that it works. The thing we've been struggling for 25, 30 minutes is I want to make it so that when I save, it does that automatically. What the hell? It did it. It did it. It did it. It actually did it. Oh, look at that. Did you see what it did? It replaced it, but it didn't replace the buffer. We're getting closer. I did it right, and it did it. See what it did? It did the whole transformation. But it doesn't replace the buffer. We're so sneaking close. Anyway. So another thing we could do is if you've been pre-leave, I'm actually going to go back and try my pre-leave again. I am, because I know that works for my Perl stuff. Or leave pre. Vim leave pre. So this happens when you save. I really wanted to do it when you write, but this one I have more confidence in because I've used it before. I use this to replace empty links all the time with DuckDuckGo queries until I can go figure them out and put them in there. And it's very useful. I love it. I love it. So yeah, let's do this one more time. So if this is working, then when I save this and I exit it, it should be transformed. No. Maybe it has to have at least one line in it. No. Please work. Each time you open the file. Yeah, there's something not right, and it's making me crazy. The Perl stuff works. You want me to prove it? Watch. Something right. So here's like an empty link, right? So here's the Vim. Wait, the Perl stuff's not even working now. What have I done? What have I done? Oh wait, I disabled it. Why did I disable it? Wait, it's down here. Oh no, it's ats. No, I did disable it. I remember. Yeah. All right. So back. It was yeah. Anyway, Wrong freaking file, Rob. Okay, here we go. Some, save, some. All right, save. There, see? See, it's working. It's telling you it works. Useful if we call filter from the Vim stuff from save. Yeah. See what I said? Isn't that nice though? Isn't that a cool little hack? So you got to be careful with this hack because it will replace. It's a little zealous, but it looks for something that looks like a markdown link. Here is something there, all right? And if it's empty, I could be writing along. I do this all the time. I used to make websites all the time that have broken links in Markdown because I was like, oh, I got to go back and find that URL. Well, a lot of times I just need them to search something. Here is Linux for free, right? And I save it and I go back in and now it's got a link. And it generates that whole link for you. And that entire thing is not even a script. That there is all inside of the vimRC right here. So that's right here. This is a Perl PIE, so in place replacement. Oh, you know what? Now I know what's happening. I'm glad I went through this. So this is actually doing an in-place replacement on the file path. And this is not replacing the file. It's changing it, but it's not transforming the file. If you follow my meaning there. So, oh my God. I think I figured this out. Just from looking at that, I'm really glad we did this. I think we got this. Yeah, we need to overwrite the file. Exactly. Quartermer got it. So we're going to do toemoji if we have it. And we'll get rid of that. And then, and so if we get the path name, we want to replace it. Right? So we're going to go back to our script, wherever that is. I do not know. Here we go. Toemoji. And yep. So if we have local file equals, yeah, we already did that. So this is actually not a buff. It's a file. Right? And yeah, we're going to have to do this in a way that's not destructive though, because we're going to have to like write it to a file and then like overwrite it, right? So we're always reading from standard input though, or are we? Are we passing every line of the file to standard input? No, we're just passing the file name. Yeah, we're just passing the file name. So in every, we're going to have to do a detection. Yep. We're going to say this. We're going to say if I have a file, because we still want to use it through standard input. We still want that transformation. That was the whole point, right? So let me tell my Pomo to shut up for a second. Pomo, stop bothering us. Okay, so yeah, yep. This is going to work. So then we say this. If we don't have a file, actually, if we do have a file, there's a couple ways I could do this. I could actually buffer it all up and then put it all out at once. And then there's a delay and to the right. You know what I'm saying? Or I could have two different ways of doing it. Yeah. I mean, because I don't have to echo the line right now. I can just like echo the line to a temporary file and then move the file over the top of the other one. You see what I'm saying? So, but I like this standard input transformation the most. So this is, I'm already refactoring in my head, and that's a bad thing. You're not supposed to do that. So local file. So we say if we have a file, then we're gonna echo the line to the file. No, actually, what? Dev stud out. That was a great contribution. Who made that contribution, by the way? Somebody reminded us we can just use dev stud out and then use an actual file path. I can't remember. Somebody in YouTube. SAB. Thank you so much for that. Leo, what are you saying there? Super hit a filter. Yeah. All right. So stud out. So this says, okay, so the out, now we're talking about output file. So if the out, we're always going to read from standard in. Right? Yeah. No. Yeah. So wait a second. No. What's the logic? The logic is different. We need to say now. I mean, we can put this later, but we can do it. So if we have a file, so we say. So because what I'm trying to get at is we can do this. We can say echo line and we can append to a file, right? And so this is going to be file dot whatever dot temp. We can just do a temp file. I mean, it could be a million things. So out. All right. So if there's a file, so let's see. So let's say -z -n a file. If we have a file, which you don't need that, by the way, I checked that today. That was really cool. I'm glad I figured that out. And in double bracket only, single bracket you always do. Double N file, and out equals temp. And then the problem is we're going to need to read from the file. Okay, yeah. This is going to work. I know what to do. Okay, so out. Yeah, all right. So by default, let's say this. So by default, file. I'm getting too excited. All right, so damn it. I'm really screwing something up. Okay. In local in equals dev stud in. Local out equals dev stud out. And then we say this. We say if I have a file, then out equals a new temp file or some sort of thing, right? So we're gonna have to do that. Actually, let's do this. We'll do a full if statement for this because we're gonna need a bunch of stuff here. Fi, and we'll say this. We'll say if the files. We say file. No, what am I thinking about? So say in equals file, right? So we're going to override it, and frankly, what the fuck? That's fine. Let's do this. And out no longer is standard out. Out is going to be make temp, mk temp. So we don't care. We're going to delete that thing later anyway. So then we do this. We say while read line. So we're reading from the line, and then input is always the input. So it can be stud in or the file, right? And then output is always going to be to the file. And that file is guaranteed to be unique, so we'll be good. When that all finishes, we can clean out. We need some sort of flag for the state, unfortunately. Actually, this is just $1 again. So we can say if we had a $1, so it's kind of dangerous at that point because there might have been other $1 stuff in between. But we can say if $1, if there was a $1, if dash n $1, then no, this is bash. And so we're gonna do $1, and then we can say this. We can say and we want to move the file, right? Now this is the scary part, right? Actually, we want to copy. We're gonna copy it. Well, it depends. There's another way to do this. We could have appended this to the end of the file, but by putting in /temp, we have a chance of it not existing later. It's supposed to be deleted automatically. In /temp, that's the idea. So you usually have to copy from /temp instead of move because it's cross file system boundaries. Found that out the other day. I mean, I know that, but I was reminded of it. So we're going to copy out to whatever our file name path was. That was passed in. And yeah, now we're good. Right? So actually, file is one. So yeah, we can actually change this to file. That's safer. So if we still have a file, then we're going to go ahead and move that over the top of the other one. I think that's going to work. I am very confident. Let's say. Hey, boom, 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 baby, Boom, baby. I wasn't even expecting it that fast. It edited before I was even ready. And I even said I'm confident that's going to work. It was even worked better. GG. So let's see if it actually works. So how do I go backwards? Now I actually want to go back. So what if we put a thing here at the beginning? Is it going to do it? Oh, it's only on pre-leave. It worked on save. Holy cow. No, we have to, no, because it does every line. It would overwrite the file every time, Leo. Yeah. As far as I know, yeah, it's reading each line from the file. That's the problem. It's not buffering the whole file. I could do that though. There is IntelliSense in Vim, but nobody uses it. Shh. I don't like that. We need silent. We need silent. Silence. I command you to be silent. I do. I command you to be silent. I don't know how to do it. There's some way to do it though. There it is. Silent execute. Perl tidy. Yeah, that's a Perl tidy. Yeah. That's another one I like this I was working on the other day. Damn. Emoji, where are you? Silent. That might, this even might be the thing. This might be the real cat's meow. This is the cat's meow right here. We're going to do, I love hamburgers. Save. Damn. I've been foiled. Shit. I think silent has to come up here. What do you think? When in doubt, just screw around with it until it works. That's life. That's how nature works. That's what nature does. You can't tell me it doesn't. Oh. Oh, that just makes me hungry. I love Pomo in the morning. Save. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Now that is here. We got DuckDuckGo conversion. I should probably comment that out because I need to fix some stuff in that. It can really mess me up. It's a little too zealous. Just, I'll fix it. What other ones we got? What other emojis we got? I don't even remember. So for we've got the light bulb, of course, and the smile. Yes. This finally. This how about this? Brilliant idea. Wait. Wait. I don't speak emoji. Bulb makes me smile. And now I can save it. And there's my emojis. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use it all the time. This has been a very profitable, beneficial little boost that we did here. So yeah, a big file of work. So every time we do this, by the way, every time I save, I'm adding a new thing to /temp. So it's probably time to, you know what? I'm going to clean up after myself because I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. You can't use move across file system boundaries. It won't work. /temp too often is a file system boundary, so it won't work. I mean, you can't move across file system. So you can do a copy. Yeah, we're going to delete. So I'm going to clean up after myself. All right. So delete the out file, right? Remove out. Now, this is super dangerous. You usually want to make sure that there's an out file there. If there's not, that could be really ugly. Recently, did you write the shell script, insert emojis to text files? That's exactly what we did, just for fun. We were just screwing around, and now we've got it. It's done. All done. So if you well, watch the beginning of the video, you'll love it. I promise. All the cool kids are putting emojis in their stuff. So we're writing a little bash script for this. Obviously, the cooler thing here would be to put all these emojis inside of like, oh, I don't know, a YAML file, right? And parse it out of that. A little bit of overhead there. Not as transparent. This is the way it is now. Copy that file up to your favorite university, academic multi-user Unix system, and you got your emojis, right? So you can make your own little library. This is actually ready to commit now because we got it done. We ironed out all the kinks. To see how efficient in and out is. Yeah, you should try a big file. Yeah, put it through the paces. You know what we should do? We should make we should make another one that transfers the emojis back to the other way. You could totally do that in the same script. You could write it, or you could write another script called from emoji. And you could have it take all of the emojis that are in there, because those are guaranteed to be. You could make another associative array that's a reverse lookup, and you could have it turn it back into text. So you could go like this, you know what I'm saying? You could like do whatever, and you could convert the whole thing back, and then you can like go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You can put hotkeys on it. You'd be play with that all day. So yeah. So the terminal is your friend. The moral of the story, people, and this has been a longer boost than usual. The moral of the story is do what Unix is good at. Write little scripts that do what you want, that take input from standard input, that do whatever. And those scripts, as I said before, can be used anywhere, right? This is a light bulb, right? These scripts can be used anywhere, whether you use them in Vim or you want to have, let's play with this for a second, okay? If you do this using the Unix way instead of the NeoVim or the Emacs way, then you now can have a transformation pipeline. And each one of those lines of the file will be transferred one at a time through the pipeline. So you could have one that says toemoji. You could have one that says initial cap. You could have one that says grammar check. You could have another one that does, and you make a pipeline of those things. You can even write the pipeline in VI, inside of VI, whether you do that or you do it from the command line. And then you transform the data as you're going along. It's a very functional way to do this. This is why functional programming is so popular. Yeah, you can make snippets like this. Do I use a mouse? Yeah, sure. So the point being is that transformational power applies everywhere, not just from your NeoVim session. And I'm picking on NeoVim because people are so proud of init.lua and they don't realize they just threw all of this out the window and forced themselves to do it that way all the time. They can't make the others. They can, but they don't need to. At that point, it's not useful to use NeoVim. NeoVim is a big waste of time. It's horrible alpha software that you should never use. I can do everything I just did in VI. I don't even need Vim for this. So please consider these transformations and this kind of thing before you go, all hog wild on something that you think you need that you really don't. All right. So toemoji, let's do this again. Toemoji. Now watch, this will actually transform the file. Yeah. Did you see that? Oh my God. That actually transformed the file in place without even using Vim. Do I have to make this case anymore? Seriously, what do you want? Do you want that Lua thing that only works when you're working on it and something? Or I just made a transformation program that works on any file, anywhere. And by the way, if I wanted to see it, I just love that this is a thing. So I got 8 by a bar. All right. Now, if I don't want to transform it, I can just pipe it into toemoji and I get my transformation, right? So maybe you want a text version as your main source and you want the possibility of like filtering it, right? But if I want to change it in place, I just call it against the file name. And now when I open the file, it has dutifully made the transformation for me on the file. That's all I got for tonight. Yeah, you should go to the first video and start if you want to see that Modi. If you like what you see, you know, just spread the word, please. That's the most important thing to me, is that we spread the word of the Unix love, and we can continue to do these things to transform the world with the existing tools, with boomer tools. If you want to call them boomer tools, fine. If it makes you feel superior to talk about your alpha software and rag on boomer tech that I just demonstrated to you, everything I just did there has been around since 1978. But people don't know about it, so they go reinvent the wheel all the time. They don't need to. This is like way better. Way better. And I'm not just saying it because it's old. It's more powerful. It's more transformative and all those things. I'm going to shut up now because I'm just ranting just like the old guy. And boomer tools. Yeah, sometimes the boomer tools are the best tools. Emacs is a boomer tool too. So you're like, oh, I don't use any of those dinosaur tools. I hear that all the time. I'm like, really? Okay. How do you do emoji transformation? I got a great plugin for that. How do you use that at work? Well, I don't use that at work. I only use that in my personal stuff. So you don't use any of your tools that you make in your scripts directory. Those are stuck at home, and you can only use them at home. Well, yeah, because I'd have to transfer my whole init configuration in Lua, and I don't have Lua on my work server. And besides, I don't need that because I do all of my code locally because I'm a container developer, which is what you could say that these days. So yeah, all these videos are going to be on YouTube. They are on YouTube, and they're on Twitch as well. They're posted both places. You can go watch them. Today's video is day 37. So this video is actually about the primary purpose of this video was to show, is to make the case once again that you don't need plugins. There are some plugins for syntax and stuff that are nice, but you really, 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 really need to exhaust the possibilities using shell scripts first. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this tonight, because this is going to be my main video that talks about this. And I'm going to just say, go watch that video on day 37. What day is it? What day are we? I don't know what day we are. Oh, we're on 37. Should we do it now? Oh, there it went. It took a little bit longer. Oh, look, we can do undo, guys. Watch, we just undo. Yeah, radio hamster. So watch, somebody's saying here's a 1,000-line file. There's 1,105 line file. It does take a little while. It does. Watch, save, boom, it did it. Right? I mean, it wasn't too bad. There's 1,100 lines on that file to get through it. Did it? I'm a little worried that it transformed some other stuff I didn't want it to. Oh, it did. It did. We have a bug. We have a bug. Uh-oh. I have a bug. You see this right here? Watch. I have a bug. Uh-oh. I have a bug. It got rid of my indentation. Damn. Well, I'll get to it. You write your own. Have fun with it. Okay? And actually, let me say that for you so you can go get it. It's not ready yet, but I'm gonna give it to you right now. Let me just give it to you right now. Well, let me fix it first, and then I'll give it to you. I swear I have to fix this one. The problem is that it's not including the initial white space, and we need to do that. So I think we need to do ifs equals. Yeah, I think that was the problem. Let me make sure I fix that. So, yep, let's try it one more time. That was better. I fixed it. Yay! So don't forget your IFS thing. That's what protects your line returns. That was like a real novice mistake on my part, but it was easy enough to fix. And this is another great thing about Bash, because you can put the actual value in there. So, all right. So now it's time to commit it. So add to emoji, and I'm gonna give this to you. And I'm gonna turn the mic off and go do something else. All right. So I don't know what to do now. Commit. Add to emoji utility command for Vim. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Let's tag this puppy. We'll get push, and then we'll tag it 83. Tag 0.83.0. And now if I do give to emoji, you'll get a link directly to the script that you can curl down to your heart's content and play with and do your thing. And that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much. Bye.